We live, bitches.
Penis.
Cock and
Dig.
balls.
Oh, God.
Right off the get
The
go.
menage
Wow.
a trois. Look at this.
All of you.
Spicy.
As a late reminder, this is an 18+ stream.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's in the footnotes. It's
Consider
in there.
yourself flashbang, motherfucker.
At this point,
Welcome
there's been
aboard.
enough streams that
Yeah.
if no one's expecting that this is an 18+ stream, well then they need to go back a few episodes and start from the beginning because they're gonna miss a lot of shit.
Yeah, why are you
Right.
hopping in like
They have
18
to.
sections deep?
You have to click to confirm that you are ready for adultiness in order to see these streams. The way I got the settings set up. So
Well, they probably clicked it and still not ready.
right.
Unless you're viewing this on YouTube, then fuck you.
If you're viewing us on YouTube, I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Well, you're
My
not.
condolences.
You
No,
were
no,
explicitly
my
not.
condolences. I hate YouTube, man. YouTube suck right now.
Well, are we ready for recap?
And
I wrote this
Good
when I
job,
was
man.
high,
Man.
so I hope this goes well. Last session
yeah.
began with Poppyseed taking Marilyn out to dinner where they learned a little bit more about each other, as well as how the world's magic dying had affected Marilyn's life. There was a revelation that there are increasingly fewer individuals with naturally occurring magics in attendance at the school where Marilyn teaches. Their numbers had dwindled year after year, as well as the school's deposit of magical artifacts becoming plain mundane items over time. Poppyseed then took Marilyn to the bookstore, and then had another awkward goodnight as they parted ways to their own rooms. In the meantime, Kari and Tavish discovered that they were wanted criminals for the impersonation of Betfree Jesus, as they spotted their wanted posters being hung up in the tavern. The posters, however, showed them as more characterized versions of themselves. This prompted Chou to suggest that Kari and Tavish shouldn't be seen together for a little while, until things settle down. In the morning, Gar traded a staff of power he found in the elemental temple to Poppyseed in exchange for a pair of magical gloves and further future payments of some kind. The party decided on traveling back to investigate the chasm, but before leaving, Poppyseed went to say goodbye to Marilyn and received a goodbye kiss from her. With the party loaded up and stepping out of the tavern doors, that is where we begin tonight.
to the hole.
To the hole you go.
Life is a trailway.
I'm gonna dig it all day long.
You guys know how to get there. Like, you traveled from
Gonna
there to the
be-
town. It's pretty easy travel. Like early morning. Probably like late lunchtime, so the equivalent of like 1-ish. As you get to the ground had nearly opened up and swallowed you whole if it weren't for Poppyseed's spell. Which, by the way, the way that spell worked, is that like wall platform still there? Or when the spell ends, does it disappear? I don't remember
If I hold
what you used.
If I hold concentration on it, it stays. If I drop it, it goes away. I never said that I dropped concentration, so I'm gonna assume that it's just still there.
Okay. So yeah, there is that. What almost looks like an oddly angled floor. Jutting out of one side, where your cart had threatened to go down. And you kind of looking down, you see it goes for a ways. You can see at different points there does look like there are passages or cavern ways that open up. Not really being able to properly they are at all. But you can tell there's a bit to explore if you can get down. What is y'all's climbing plans?
How far down?
Yeah, guys, what's your climbing plan?
How far down is the hole? From where we're up at the top to the bottom to get down.
Well, okay, so the bottom you can't see. The closest opening opens up your we'll say 200 feet from that.
This boy deep.
Yeah, this is a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be.
I'll find just to make it make sense, I'll find a rock on the side of the road, cast light on it, and then drop it down into the hole. To see how far down it goes.
As you drop the light, I don't know why you hear a slight tank as you see it like bounce and arc a little bit before hitting something else on its way down. And when it finally settles, um um you oh, that's not what I was looking for. It about how far would that? What would the light look like? Try to imagine what it looked like at that depth. As it kind of bounces and continues down, and you try and follow it and spot it, it gets harder and harder to spot as you at like a mile down. Wait, yeah.
So it's going deep for sure, but what exactly is the angle for it? Because if that rock hits something and bounces down further, gotta be an angle. There's gotta be what's the slope? Shame we don't have any mountain goats.
No,
You
but
can tell that there are some like ridges. Like it definitely, when it broke and pulled apart, it did not break evenly. There are some areas where there is like a nice sloping walkway, but then areas have to jump or safely climb down to be able to get to another part where it would be easier to walk.
I have a question, Croven. Chou has a burrowing speed. Could he use that to like link up the areas where we walk? Would the others be able to follow him through it? The tunnel, the burrowing hole that he makes.
That would be more like you burrowing into the side and then down. Not so much, because where it like stops or drops off, you need to dig into the wall at that point.
Yeah. That's what I was meaning, where it does that, just dig into the wall, like curve round, as it were, to the next area where we can walk. Could that be done?
It would be more like a round and down. It's not like a cross. You're going in and
Yeah. I gather that.
down. So it would take time to make a big enough hole. Yeah, you have a burrowing speed, but it would take time to make a big enough hole for everyone to fit through.
If we're like super duper intent on doing this, we could. Tavish has a climbing speed. We could definitely just lay rope and do it that way.
Yeah.
It'll take a hot minute, but I mean, I assume we can rope our way up and down platforms.
Yeah, I also have an idea.
What you got?
Kari has something that will give her a flying speed.
Nice. Oh yeah. And there's also to get a proper idea of how to get to whatever spot you guys want to get to. Or if you guys want to fuck around and go all the way down, those are like different investigations. Probably a little bit of nature to figure out like what's safest to travel on.
I don't.
Yeah, she's gonna see where the next safest be.
I was gonna say I don't mind making that check either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't look at Chou.
I'm just glad you have a digging speed. That's great.
Oh, he's a bear, isn't he?
Yeah.
Dig.
It's only 10
I
foot,
always
but it's
forget
better
that
than nothing.
pandas are bears at times.
I mean, by technicalities, yeah, but like in actuality,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just kind of lumps
Yeah.
in bear shape.
They're just bruised clouds.
If bears are dangerous, why friend shaped?
Exactly.
White ears cuddly.
The only one that I would say is not is the polar bear, but those things hunt people.
Yes.
Cinnamon bears, oh my goodness, rotund. Wouldn't want to have a close encounter with one in the wild, but
So
rotund.
we have all of these ideas to get down in the hole. Which one are we doing?
And again, what did you say we needed to do in order to see the next safest area?
I'd say flying seems the safest. out of
Well,
them all.
first off, you need what are you guys just trying to find safest route anywhere? Are you trying to find safest route to a specific spot? Are you trying to find safest route all the way down?
Next spot down, guys, or the all the way down?
All the way
think we
down is
should-
going to be at least a mile, from what I remember.
I think we should be doing step by step down.
Yeah,
Yep.
And kind of go from there.
explore
Okay.
it like a mine kind of a deal, and go
Yeah.
each down each
Yeah.
tier.
Yeah.
Find the best
One
shoot.
going underground. Going
So
every crack.
investigation / nature.
That.
Both of them will get you some.
It's all you, smart boy.
Okay.
I
What's
can
your
actually maybe investigate.
That
I can't. I have a plus.
is.
I
Plus 0.
Well, that's a 12 because I rolled a 4.
oof.
See, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 23 for Kari.
I got a 18 investigation.
Beautiful, beautiful.
My low rolls fuck me.
Um. So as you look around, mapping a course, those who rolled decently. Mine's Poppyseed. Poppyseed's more perplexed at how far his glowing rock has gone.
Waiting. That's a long way down.
Find that from the slanted floor, from the other casting that had saved you all, you find that you, depending on if you want to jump or not, you can jump but there is that jump to start going down and almost using it as a path, and then it stops above the opening, so you'd kind of have to hook your way, swing your way into the opening, or you can lower yourself down platform onto a narrower path, and that pathway, you'd be able to jump across into the tunnel bit, that you can see. Both you can tell are going to have to tread carefully, because you're not sure if the ground, because it is thin, underneath will hold out because of like the angle that it's sticking out. You do know those are the easiest options.
Well, I'm a panda. We ain't known for being slim. So the thin path for Chou is not a good idea.
Same for Gar.
I'm a horse.
At least half of one.
Yeah.
Half hunts.
Your better half?
Most of it. I'm most of a
You're
horse.
3/4.
Yeah.
What I
You're a horse without the
think,
thumb.
Majority horse.
right? What I think we could do is maybe to where we need to whatchamacallit, where we need to hook, like kind of go that way. Maybe Kari can help y'all get down. Because, fly.
True.
Instead of having to hook and swing, she's able to help get y'all down.
Are you willing to be like a bounce pad for us? Like what?
From the edge of the wider walkway to the entrance, how far is it? Because you cut out for me.
How far was what?
From the edge of the wider walkway to the entrance.
Just above it, so you kind of have to swing down into it.
So yeah, we can either use Kari with the flight or Tavish with the crawl, because we have the opportunity for both. I say we use the bird in case there's something down there and we need stealth.
Just as a note,
Yeah.
just in case anybody does fall, I did prepare Feather Fall.
I also have Feather Fall prepared.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the most useful spells to have when you can't fly.
I can fly for an hour, just so y'all know.
When do you get that ability back?
The flight, I think, is once a day. Yes, once a day.
I mean, I could burn a 3rd level spell slot on fly, but I don't know if we want to waste that this early.
I
Just let
think
the
we
frog
should
crawl.
hold. Yeah, I think we should hold off on it. I mean, I'd rather just jump in free fall before casting Feather Fall than waste a 3rd level slot because we're going into a hole. This isn't a natural hole. I don't trust it.
We're jumping down it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Now, fly might be nice to get out of the hole, but we have an easy enough way to get down with Featherfall, and I know that Staff also has Featherfall as well.
The
I've
staff
just
does
been-
not have Feather Fall.
It doesn't? I could have sworn it did.
It has Levitate.
That's the one. Okay.
Oh, then we can get out then. We're fine.
Yeah.
I say if we're going to burn Featherfall, let's just dive and full send to the bottom of the hole.
But how many times can they cast it? Can they cast it on everyone?
Just pop it at the end.
Up
Hope for the
to
best.
up to 5 creatures. So if Gar and myself cast it right as we're at the bottom.
Who
can see in the dark? Just
I can.
Okay.
Who can?
Yeah, Kari can if she puts on her goggles.
It's just Tavish that can't.
Yep.
That's okay. I can do produce flame, so I can basically create a torch.
I'll tell him what's going on as we fall to our deaths.
Just like climb on his back like a backpack.
Oh yeah, climb on Poppyseed.
Clap,
Right,
clap, clap,
bitch.
clap.
Actually, if you're riding on me, and I cast Featherfall on myself, I don't have to include you because you're on me.
Mhm.
I don't know how well that would work because Featherfall would stop your momentum pretty quickly, but it wouldn't be affecting him. So
Yeah,
Push
but
frog.
he's
inertia's not your friend.
yeah, but he's attached to me, which is, you know,
Let me read
it's like
this.
it's like an elevator.
It's like that whole thing of Superman suddenly catching Lois Lane.
Mhm.
The inertia's still there. She just goes squish.
Mhm. You just
We having
cut-
frog legs
cuts her in
tonight.
two. He just cuts her in two.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but me and him are falling at the same rate.
Free falling.
Frog falling.
Hunt's falling. The free hunts and
It's is this really what we're doing? Just jumping into the abyss?
Yep.
the writing.
Apparently. I mean, let's do it because we have 2 uses of Featherfall, so
Yeah.
let's dive the full fucking mile and just test at the bottom of this bitch.
Holy fuck!
Cannonball.
Go big or go home, you know?
Yeah.
Pocahontas.
Um, slows to 60 feet per round. It lasts for 1 minute. Poppyseed's gonna do some calculating here. Super big
Are we
brain.
gonna just see all the symbols around his head?
Yeah.
Right there. Poppyseed can't see in the dark, can he?
Yeah, he can. I
Oh, you've got dark vision, have you?
I don't.
Oh, I thought you
I
said you
can't.
did.
Tavish don't.
Well, fuck.
Whereas the turtles and the frog cannot see in the dark.
Put your hands up in the air.
Well,
Let's make scarier.
the one
I can make light.
the one that all yeah, I was gonna say if you want dark vision, I can give you dark vision. But if you have a light to do it,
No, just thinking as we're free falling, if you can't see the bottom, you can't see when to cast it, kind of thing. Like,
yeah,
"Oh."
yeah,
But as you have dark vision, you can see the bottom, so you can at least see about now.
So if we jump, in the hole, we fall at a rate of 60 feet per round.
Mhm.
So if we just jump in and then cast Featherfall, we'll reach the bottom before the time is up.
Perfect.
And if we land before the spell ends, no falling damage.
Yep.
So
That's all right. It's never the fall that kills you. It's the sudden stop at the end.
Exactly.
So reassuring.
Unless you bounce, in which is the second short stop at the end.
okay, so we're gonna yeet at the same time.
Yeah.
Only way to do it.
All right.
Wait. Do you want to spare another, like, Featherfall? Because Kari is probably small enough to hop on someone's shoulders or on Poppyseed's back as well.
Well, Featherfall is you and creatures you choose,
Up
or
to
up
up
to
to
5
5.
falling creatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
I'm going to
Yeah.
cut
I'll-
Valiant to be armed.
I'll cast it so that you can save your spell slots, Gar. Because
okay.
I believe you have less than me. So
I have 3.
Yeah, so I'll cast it. So Kari and Tavish can ride on me because I can carry them.
We're small.
Yeah,
We're small.
We do be small.
and then just jump on the count of 3. Okay.
If all your
Sure.
friends were gonna jump in a hole, would you?
If we did it at the same time, fuck
You-
yeah.
So you won't?
All right. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Yeet.
Geronimo!
Cast Featherfall.
So y'all
I would
just
like to keep an eye on as we go float down. I'd like to keep an eye on the general surroundings to make
Mhm.
sure that there's no creatures
surprises.
on ledges or surprises.
surprises.
I would
As
also
you
like-
jump off this ledge,
Lemmings.
um,
Tavish, put your arms up.
I'm afraid if I do, I'm gonna fly off.
Why aren't you on the saddle that doesn't let you fall off?
Yep, that is true. The saddle says, while in the saddle on a mount, you can't be dismounted against your will if you're conscious.
Here, let me knock you out real quick. Then you can fall.
No. Stop.
I think the phrase I remember from something like this before was "scream if you want to go faster."
How do you make the hunts go faster?
I just
I
dropped
don't know,
concentration,
I
that's
just
how.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, let's not.
as you are all like
Just falling.
wind whipping past your scales and feathers and fur as you fall. A couple times where you need to like kind of angle a little bit so you don't clip a wall or what.
Mhm.
Landing at the depth of this deep chasm. You do find the little pebble. I think it's still glowing, right? Wouldn't it be?
Yeah. It lasts for an hour.
I don't remember how long it lasts.
For an hour.
Yeah, you land and you find your pebble.
Pick it up, hand it to Tavish.
Free rock. Nice.
Free glowing rock.
Special rock. Look at that.
Aw, for the special one.
Do you
Don't
want
like the way you ordered that. Won't lie.
Do you want it to be a certain color?
Uh,
Can you make it
Okay.
green?
I'm going to take one of the torches out of my backpack and then use the cantrip produce flame to light it.
I make the light of the rock green.
Tavish is gonna tuck it into like the side of his belt so there's a little bit of light coming off of it still.
nice.
Mhm.
We've got a little green halo.
Yeah, you have a halo.
Yeah, Joe's going to light one of the torches that he's got in his backpack.
Yeah. So you
I'm
light
going
the
to draw my long
torch.
sword and light it on fire.
I don't do any of that.
And you all are able to look around better. Well, aside from those who could already see. You notice down here There is a couple ways you could go. You also would realize that you don't see water, but you can hear water. And there I would say no, that is it at the moment. There is the occasional like um still like rock slightly settled, rolls down, that sort of dust rock settling, but not necessarily creature caused by any means.
Kari, do you smell anything down here out of the ordinary?
Kari's gonna do a sniffception. See if there's anything weird.
Roll your sniffception.
Dirty 20.
You smell a lot of new smells. It's almost like the equivalent of like when you first go finally really smell the trees. Versus like the smells of the it's almost like that, like you as you kind of sniff and move around to get closer to some of the pathways, it is smells of a whole new worlds that you've never explored before.
He's weird.
Very much so. Like you can smell like damp colds, like you do feel like colds um coming from them. um you you just smell like the difference of the what was once closed off natural structures now open to the world. There it's different critters, it's different plants, it's different bugs. In this general area, like you don't readily like no one readily sees anything like scurrying out or anything like that. It looks like these are just more passages. Like you guys can see it, like stalactites and stalagmites. Cave bacon, freaking my favorite.
Yeah.
Um to Kari's nose.
Yes, this is all new. Nope, not familiar. This is out of bugs and plants and just damp and like she just kind of fluffs her feathers a bit. It's cold. This is on too new. Too new. I don't recognize shit.
Why would we be smelling plants down here unless there's some like kind of underground world?
Well, I mean,
Could that
there's
be a
water.
possibility?
Aye. Here, water. Could be mushrooms or something.
Eeh.
Those like the dark.
Well, which way we going then, peoples?
Which way is the way towards water?
That would be. If you were looking flat at a map, south.
South. Alright. And that's like readily apparent. No need to roll for that or anything?
I would say with Kari snips.
Snips.
She would readily be able to be like, oh, this is more like watery. Versus there would be like a few different options, but one is more like yes, one has some drips that are causing different stalagmite formations, versus this way smells like it has water.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Well, Tavish is just gonna point out the direction of where Kari said the water was more heavily apparent, and just go. Well, there's one rule that I know, and that's where there's water, there's usually civilizations. So, if this is actually a brand new world, perhaps we could run into some new locals and find some people. Anyone down for a wee bit of exploring? Perhaps?
And what if they're not of the friendly variety? Or outsiders to them? They might not have ever seen anything like us.
I mean, well, he like leans over away from Poppyseed and tries to half whisper. I mean, two of us are already wanted criminals, so like, I'm down to be a conqueror if you are.
I'd say more like at least 3 of us are. Maybe not in this part of the world, but conquering a
Oh god.
uncontacted tribe of underground dwellers might be. It really depends what they have.
We could pretend to be gods.
Yeah, because your sweet talking has gotten us out of a lot of things.
Listen,
And
I
gotten him
picked up
to
a new
those
trick.
reasons.
You picked up a new trick: how to get
Yeah.
into a water dragon's mouth.
I picked up 2 new tricks actually, but that's all I'm going to say to that. Got tired of you all a lot calling me small.
You are small.
Not for long, I'm fucking not.
That's for feathers.
What did you find a portion of Miracle Grow?
Dying.
No, I've developed something new. You can grow big and tall now.
He's a big boy now.
Does the big boy want uppies?
He's already riding me. He's already up.
I'm as up as I can be for now, unless one of you all make me mad.
Starts poking him with a feather.
You're already riding, bitch. I mean, you can fly. I can shove you. Guilt-free.
But you know what? I would just say that you're the only one to blame for what happened. I was
don't even know
bullied
what
and
happened.
abused into it.
How about you just lead the way, oh Sniffy? Lead us to whatever underground dwelling people folk there are so we can either take over a race or find some folk and trade for some good shite, alright?
Because you asked so nicely.
That was nicely for me.
Sure. She's gonna hop off of Poppyseed and she's gonna start trying to lead the way.
All right. You
Is going quiet too.
Oh, great.
going quiet.
Are we stealthing?
He is.
You better go
Well,
up like
there goes our
60
guide
feet
again.
ahead of us.
Echoing clip, clap, coming along.
I'm already on fire with a 4. Rolled tonight.
Are we supposed to be stealthing?
If you want to, are you guys being stealthy or no? That's
I
up
think
to
so.
you.
Would not be a bad idea.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Do I have to roll for stealth on his back?
That's not what you changed my name to.
Sniffy.
Thanks, Sniffy.
Oh, man. I have to roll with disadvantage for stealth.
I got
Well,
22.
Oh,
Nice.
you're wearing heavy armor, aren't you?
I got a
Let's see,
14.
I got
On
a
the back of the
22.
haunts. That's a 17 back of the haunts. I am one with the haunts.
I have a 14.
Hey, actually not bad. 15.
Hey.
Nice.
Chou has disappeared into the shadows. Even with disadvantage, I rolled a 22.
Nice.
He's holding on to his armor so it doesn't make a sound.
Yeah. I'm like, shut the fuck up. No, he's just breathing out and letting it just stretch against him.
Oh god, this is the whole Poe thing. How can we lose a guy this big?
It's beautiful.
I'm the Dragon Warrior.
Close. Hey, I'm the dragon. Calm down.
You all managed to stealth effectively. I think for the first time, actually.
Woo!
Yay!
And so I think every other time you guys have stealthed as a group, someone has like
Normally the
be it
haunts.
haunts or someone else.
Usually Hans.
Usually haunts. It hasn't. The haunts, but this time, however,
I'm learning.
He rolls his hooves now.
He's gonna be unlearning soon enough.
Yeah.
I see rolling hooves sounds like rolling your ankle, which is not good.
No, we're gonna have to put old Yeller down if that happens.
I mean, horses have ankles too. Rolling hooves just means you're rolling your feet, really.
Like you're starting at the ball of your foot and going to the toe.
Yeah,
Rolling
like
the toes.
Yeah.
Oh, toe.
Or heel to ball of foot or whatever it is.
like that stupid army walk where it's supposed to reduce the sound, but it doesn't actually do anything.
Does it not actually do anything, or do people just never do it right?
I don't know. I feel like you got to do it really, really slow for it to be effective, and by that point, it's just like you're just pretending to be Drax. Just, I have mastered the art of sitting extremely still.
You cannot see me.
And by that point, I
Beautiful.
mean, it sounds about the same. You're still making those crunchy sounds like you're eating a bag of chips. It's just leaves.
Yeah.
Crunchy sound.
Everybody knows those crunchy sounds. Yeah, as you guys make your way, roll, you roll me a perception.
14 for Poppyseed.
Oh, I'm good at these,
Seven-
actually.
17 for Chou.
Never mind.
22 for me.
What roll were we making?
Perception checks.
Perception.
Perception check.
That's a 10 for Tavish as well.
That's a 17 for Gad.
Oh, hi, Mr.
Nice.
Monster.
um, you some of you notice this before others. But you begin to hear more sounds. It's almost like they're muffled.
What sounds muffled? You're cutting out.
The sounds of nature.
That's sounding a bit weird, that is. It sounds like we're outside. I ain't, but I can just about hear it.
Maybe we're coming up to a larger cavern where things are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are a mile down. It's quite possible that there's things living down here.
Whole new world.
A brand new fantastic
Right,
point of view.
Aladdin. Right, which one of you is Aladdin? Which one of you is Jasmine?
Who?
I'm the rug.
It's a story
it
from
'cause we
back
ride
home,
you?
don't worry.
Yes.
Is it because Marilyn wants to ride you? We all saw that case, lover boy.
Yeah.
She had to be the one to initiate it too. Don't think I'm not knocking off points for that one. You better have slipped her some tongue, otherwise, severely disappointed in you.
You know, I envy those who haven't met you.
You love me. Look at me. I'm tiny and adorable and kind of slimy, and I'm sorry the saddle's a little bit wet.
Yes, I clean it every time you get off.
I mean, it's like a cleaning slime. It's just don't touch it, probably, because it's mildly toxic.
Which is why I clean it.
It's a natural deterrent to anyone else who sits here. Kari.
That is psychedelic if you lick them. So stories say.
Well, that's why my feathers are sticky. Ugh.
And so Poppyseed can't be stolen from us. Because I'm worried about him.
What?
You know what, Tavish? I don't know what your problem is, but I bet it's difficult to pronounce.
Probably. Don't even have anything to say to that, probably, yeah.
You keep picking on poor Poppyseed. It's not his fault he's about as socially well endowed when it comes to women as a fucking rock.
I know, he's the bookish type, but like, look at him. You'd think he'd have more experience.
Is that a compliment?
Poppyseed, how often do you see a fucking nerd with a shirt as deep cut as yours is?
Look, my attire is not on trial here.
I'm not saying it's on trial here. I'm just saying, you could have fooled me if you had said that your magic comes from music of some kind, you know?
I mean, I haven't.
You're a handsome horse. Take the compliment. Let's go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. He pats him on the shoulder.
How is your shirt staying that way though?
It's like he constantly has a breeze blowing through, I swear. Are you constantly using thaumaturgy? You sly dog.
No, I
think he's using Gust because it allows to do that one.
I don't know either of those spells. As he like wishes his hair back into like proper place.
Help you in any way whatsoever.
Did it work on Marilyn? I bet it did.
I think that's why he got the smooch.
I made no forward advances on Marilyn.
We know. We saw.
Yeah, we saw.
Wait. He could be one of those type of gentlemen that doesn't kiss and tell. So he could have done. He's just being polite and not telling us.
No, I mean, he kissed. We all saw. He doesn't need to tell.
No,
Yeah.
I'm on about the rest of it. We didn't see what he got up to at nighttime, did he? When we were all asleep.
I took her out to a nice dinner, and then we went to a bookstore, and I purchased her a book, and then we said goodnight. That's all that happened.
My point exactly. He wouldn't tell us he's that much of a gentleman.
This is by far one of the oddest conversations I've had when exploring at least this deep inside the ground.
How many times have you been underground this far?
I dig holes every night to sleep in. What do you think?
You don't dig
We always
holes that
see
are
your
a
butt.
mile deep.
I could, if you gave me enough time.
Next time we go to sleep up on the surface, I beg you to dig a mile deep hole.
That's gonna take a long time to do. You could give me enough time and I could do it.
See, that sounds like
What's
Poppyseed
your
trying to get rid
guys'
of
like
Tavish.
walking order while you're having this conversation?
We're getting fucking comboed by something here.
I think Kari was up in front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For stealth.
Poppyseed's at
Kari.
Yes.
Poppyseed's towards
I
the
need
map.
So he'd be in the middle.
a deck save.
Well, time to start rolling for a new character. Or not, that's a 25.
Oh shit.
Nice. As you're walking, up at the front, you guys all see this as Kari manages to catch herself before she falls all the way through the ground, the floor of the tunnelway that you're walking through.
Shiny claws, don't fail me now.
Quickly, like, flap your arms out. You feel your feet just dangling. You can, try to pull yourself up, or let someone else pull you up. Whatever
She's
your
gonna try.
prerogative.
She's gonna try and get up.
Athletics to hoist yourself up.
Yeah, that's an 8. Pull up, suck.
You struggle. Y'all see Kari attempt.
Help, 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 help.
Use those chicken wings. Come on, you can do it.
Get up!
Thought you were a baby dragon, not a baby bitch.
I'm gonna try again.
Yeah.
I'll reach down and grab her.
I was gonna say, would that be like a
No, let her do it.
a half bardic inspiration by insulting her?
Freaking.
I mean, that's a 22.
Let's go. Just out of spite.
You climb up and just walk over. What'd you say?
That's right. I said use those fucking chicken wings.
Pop up and smack him.
You know, I could really do with some chicken wings right now. I'm getting kind of hungry.
I dread to think what your farts would be if you had anything spicy. You already decided to base blast us once, and that was just bamboo. I'm not putting anything like chili related inside of you at all.
Well, you see what he did to the poor bird?
You weren't complaining. You ate that fucking bird.
I'm not complaining. I'm asking Tavish if he knows about what happened to the bird.
I know vaguely what happened to the bird.
Yeah, it came into the area of effect and it just died.
Chou said, "Pah!" and the bird said, "Ugh!"
Pretty much.
And that, here we are.
It was kind of crunchy though. It was nice.
I was going to ask if it had like an aftertaste of some kind.
No, thankfully not. It didn't stay there long enough.
It's not that bad that it infect the meat. Jesus. Somebody has a
Never know.
high flavored. Just somebody has a high flavored diet. Didn't realize it'd be that much of a problem.
Apparently it is.
Only if it affects our stealth.
Poppyseed looked down the hole that Kari made.
And our health.
See if anything's down there.
Poppyseed, are you like going closer to it? Are you just looking
Yeah.
from where you are?
No,
Are you like
I'm going closer.
kneeling and looking down?
No, I'm going closer to it to look down.
Okay.
Whoa there.
What?
I'm just saying. You can climb, I can. Don't fall.
I'll be fine.
Tavish is gonna look too.
She's over his shoulder.
Perceptions.
Do I have
Please.
disadvantage because I don't have dark vision?
Oh, that is true. Well.
Your light goes out to like 40 feet.
Oh well. I have my little glow stick.
No. Because with the hole that.
Glow rock.
More holes.
More holes.
Well, that's a nat 1 anyway, so I don't see shit.
You don't see shit. Your eyes haven't adjusted to the new lighting from the hole that was made.
Okay,
Hole
so
is hole.
no disadvantage then?
No disadvantage for Tavish.
Cool. 24.
Hell yeah.
Tavish, this is the most beautiful, ancient forest you definitely see some things flying around that you've never seen before. They're definitely not like the pictures of dragons. Like you're looking at it and going, "The fuck is that?" It's not a dragon. It's not like anything else you've ever seen. You also see occasionally a long neck and head kind of peer up from between some trees before like dipping back down, or like the mouth opening up and chomping on some of the leaves.
Uh-huh. I, as a person, have
In
an
the
inkling of an
distance,
idea.
you can see
Uh-huh.
some water.
Well, shall we continue on? I don't see a damn thing.
We may want to note, I'm definitely seeing creatures of some variation here, and I'm talking big. The good news is the biggest ones that are kind of poking their head through the trees are eating the trees, so maybe not, like, gonna eat us probably, but there are some kind of funky looking dragons flying around. Don't know what the fuck's going on there. Proceed with caution, everyone. Genuinely, never seen these before. The fuck is going on here?
I thought you wanted to see more dragons,
I mean, I do, but like,
Mr. Property.
there's a lot of these, and they're alive.
Yes.
I mean, we don't know what state they're in. They could not talk to us. They could just go ahead and eat us for all I know. That's happened once, and I got out. I'm not saying I'm going to have enough luck to get out a second time. I have only got so much charisma in this tiny body.
We know.
Have to manifest more. Either way, if we want to talk to him, I do have the ability to speak to beasties. If they are beasties, no fucking clue what they are.
Or, try going around this hole and continuing on down this tunnel?
Sounds like a plan to me.
How large of a hole did this make, Crowin?
Good question. Oh, like the hole itself?
Yeah, the hole that Kari made. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it like just fit around Kari. Like it was.
Okay.
I thought you were talking like how far is it from like the hole to the floor? I'm like, good question.
Nah. Although that is another question.
Trees and airspace for flying height.
Yeah. It's a long way down. Should I try stepping over the hole?
You know, I mean, if you're going to tread lightly, because like there's the risk of you falling through as well, and me and I'm precious cargo.
Right. Sure. Precious. Yeah, I'll try and tip Hoof around. Continuing on.
Roll. Dexterity, acrobatics, to tread light.
My best stat.
On his tip
Lead
hoofs.
to tippy hoof.
Let's say tippy hoof.
Tippy hoof.
8.
Bro.
Boy. Bro. Be ready for a fucking ride.
Yeehaw. Let's go visit those dinosaurs.
You got a tippy hoof, and when you get like, you're trying to like hug the wall sort of thing to go like around the hole, and tippy hoof, and that just was not enough for your weight and the amount of ground that there is here. And suddenly you feel yourself falling.
Whee!
Oh shit.
I'll give like, I think Tavish could get like a deck save to try and like leap off of you if he wanted to. But I don't see any physical way that you yourself, aside from spells, would be able to save yourself. That's why you're not getting a deck save like Kari did.
Fair.
So, considering the rest of the floor, if that's going to be the case, I don't even want to ask, but I kind of want to ask regardless. Is there any way that I can, like, sticky palm the back of Poppyseed's fucking saddle and then sticky palm one end and, like, Captain America, her helicopter the shit? Or is the floor too weak here?
Wait. Re-say this? I missed something somewhere.
Oh, I was asking if there's any way that, like, the floor, if Poppyseed's gonna be falling, if the floor is stable enough in any capacity to try and hold on to Poppyseed's saddle and also the floor to keep us from falling. A la Captain America and the helicopter style.
The floor is not stable enough.
That's what I figured. Well, shit. We're going for a ride, buddy. I'm holding on.
Let's go.
Ride or die. Let's go.
We came.
You'll just see the Hans and Frog whoomp through the floor.
Tavish just looks back at you guys, just, oh fuck. Falls.
It's like the freaking Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote holding up the
Grows a
uh-oh
neck.
sign.
Help.
Holds up a fucking sign. Help.
Yipe.
As you fall through the air with the greatest of ease, Poppyseed, you finally do see what Tavish was describing. And one of them begins course towards you guys.
Uh-oh.
We're in like a
fucking
free fall. Is it gonna
Yep.
catch up to us?
It is looking at you like you are looking like a snack, and it's trying to.
all right. Speak with animals, popping it. This is one of those flying motherfuckers, obviously.
Yep.
Cool. Tavish just like slaps himself on the chest, casts Speak with Animals, and just shouts, "Fuck off!" as loudly as he can towards it.
There is just startled flapping.
Now that he knows it can understand him, he's just like, "If you're not gonna help, fuck right off!" Loud frog.
Dino.exe stopped responding.
Intimidate the fucking dinosaur.
It's more of a grumbled complaint of, well, I guess that one's not a snack then. As it changes course. You are still falling.
Looks back to Poppyseed. Well, not gonna help. All right, what do we do?
I guess as we get closer to the trees that are coming, I'll cast Featherfall again.
You are able to safely make it to the ground biome.
Well, any...
Whoops.
I know, right?
Whoops.
Any ideas on what to do now?
I could fly back up, but do we want to?
I mean, do you want to get the others down here as well? Because I'm gonna have to conversate that somehow. Could shout really, really loudly, but like, down.
I don't have anything to send a message.
Turtle Squad, Panda, and Kari. What are you all doing?
Are we gonna follow them? Are they going to be? She's gonna look down and see what's going on in there.
She would just see them disappear into the trees. Like that's where the group would
I'm assuming it is literally just a straight drop
lose
down.
sight of Frog and Haunts.
Then I assume it is literally just a straight drop down, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I can get us down safely. I have a sneaking suspicion that being separated down here in this forest is
Yeah.
a death sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we shouldn't split up down here anyway.
Mm-hmm. So how are we going to get down there then? I don't think we
Jump.
got rope long enough. What?
You heard me. Jump.
Can you give us some idea of what's going to happen?
You remember how we
Question?
got down the hole in the first place? I'm gonna do the same thing here.
I was about to say,
Right,
how close is Chou to the hole?
How close is? Oh, Chode. Crap. What order? Well, he. You could. If you could try and do what you're attempting to do. What I think you're
Do it.
going to attempt to do.
Try and shove him? Yes.
Do it.
It would be feasibly close enough.
So, are we in agreement? Are we jumping?
If you're going to do the same as what Poppyseed did back up there, then yeah, okay. We got down safely that way. On
Excellent.
3.
Where's the fun of that? Just jump, and I'm going to leap off the cliff. As I
Okay,
do, I will
3.
cast Feather Fall.
Shit. Jumping.
We are now all safely descending.
I'm a butterfly.
As you safely descend, there is a winged, winged creature of sorts that is watching you all curiously. Still a bit perturbed by being shouted at. So it's not
Good.
actually doing anything.
You shook the dino that much.
It was
You shook-
not.
You
It,
shook
it
it.
I was about to say that it shook him.
You shook it.
The dinosaur was not ready to get shouted at. And it rolled very low on how well it would handle being yelled at.
Trying not to cry.
Why was he so mean?
This just reminds me of the Kraken and the goldfish insult all over again.
%. But yeah, you all get down safely, and y'all land relatively close to each other. Like it only takes a second, like once you've landed, to look up and kind of catch eyes with each other.
Oh, here comes Gaddradison.
Hi.
Hello up there.
He's glad to see that you're okay.
I yelled at some weird fucking dragon thing.
Oh yeah, that's why that flying thing wasn't coming close to us.
I told it to fuck off.
Yeah, you look kind of upset.
Good.
Poor thing, you're already being a bully to some animals we don't even know.
To be fair, it came at us first. I said fuck off if it wasn't going to help. So obviously, it decided not to help, so it fucked off. Just warning you all, don't know what you saw on the way in. I did see some giant fucking things that had their heads above the treetops. There's a good chance either we get eaten or we get squished. So just, try not to.
You could ask him for a ride.
Probably. I have the spell for like another 10 minutes or so.
It would be so cool.
while you were up in the air, you didn't happen to spot any sort of like ancient temple, did you? Somewhere.
Or not so ancient temple.
It,
It's
A live
just
temple.
a destination we can go to, at least something.
to
so?
be honest, I wasn't particularly looking at that. I was looking at the weird thing that was looking at us, trying to decide whether we were food or not.
That I was still cranky because of Tavish.
Well, I know that now, but at the time I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
He was looking at us like we were going to be its next fucking lunch, and I didn't want to end up like that. Doesn't seem like it'd be a fun way to go.
So, I guess just pick a direction and start walking?
I guess so.
Do we still hear any water sources?
Roll perceptions. If
Okay.
you can focus to hear the water.
So I get advantage in those still.
I
Yay.
got 21.
What was the roll?
9.
Oh,
17.
I got double 17s on the die.
I got a
What-
9.
There's a
What we rolling?
24. Perception.
Oh, that's not great. That's 12.
For those that rolled on the higher end, you can tell that there is flowing water and while y'all are looking around, I think some of you get distracted by what almost kind of makes you think of a mini Kari. This small little bird-like raptor. First you just hear rustling in some lower tree branches. And then you see a bird-like raptor with black feathers pop out and kind of glide pounce on a bug.
Velociraptors.
No,
Or
no, no.
Archaeopteryx.
Or
My
Archaeopteryx.
child.
Microraptor.
A
Microraptor.
Oh, one baby.
Friend. New pet.
More baby.
His baby. My child.
Yes, Unbab.
Oh. Oh.
This is great druid fodder. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just hot damn. Tavish is actually gonna like nudge Poppyseed and just be like, "Hey, book boy,
Yes?
perhaps do the brainy thing and start taking some notes of things you see here. That way you can you know, maybe write a book or something. Maybe get famous. Earn some coin on the side. I mean, how fucking deep are we? I've never seen these before. Have you?
Well, judging by our fall initially, and then our second fall, we are most likely maybe 4 or 5 miles below the surface already.
Aye. How often do you get that deep?
Poppyseed's gonna take out some parchment and the book on like Anera wildlife and start like just writing down some notes and sketches.
Kari knows where the water went is with the, I'm guessing with the 24, but is instantly entranced by, oh, there's something smaller than like me. But wait, he can actually fly, you bitch.
I mean, you said you could too. It's not very well,
can.
not very long.
Shut up.
No.
You're ruining the moment. Shush.
It
Joe,
appears
like I
that
said, Joe only rolled a 9 on his perception, so unless this is pointed out to, oh no, that was for the water.
it appears that he
So if it's
doesn't
in,
quite glide or fly, but he actually glides.
He's so pretty.
Joe's staring at this thing quite intently, like, ooh. Ooh.
He's like me.
Tavish will announce to the rest of the group, just be like, Poppyseed's taking notes. If you see anything cool, point him out.
Just obviously at the Microraptor, they're all looking at that one.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So proud. Anyway.
Captain
And don't forget the one that I shouted at.
Gar
Oh yeah.
may want to
The bitch bird.
ready your
Beach
weapons.
bird.
Gad has had a pistol drawn this entire time.
Oh, same.
Mood.
And
A
anyway,
pistol
I
and a
started
flaming sword.
blasting.
We're underground. We're in unfamiliar territory.
Mhm.
Why get caught off guard?
And so I started blasting.
I'm still gonna try to make one of these things a fucking pet, though. I would like to hold up a piece of ration jerky and step away from the group briefly and see if I can't get one of these suckers to come close to me. Oh, you's working on it? Okay.
You
Oh no, I was talking about
man it.
the art, not the thing.
Oh.
That's all you, my guy.
Okay. Fingers, goodbye. Not holding any of those
Roll
extended, but
animal handling.
cow, don't feel me now. That's a fucking 19 on the die. Okay.
Nice.
For a total
Hello,
of 21.
tiny human. See. I can't see. Get closer. I must check your mouth bones. Oh, you still got some gunk. Clean your mouth bones better. I was distracted by mouth bones. What was your number? 20 something?
21. What's 9 plus 10?
You get um you get one of them to it kind of glides over and snatches it out your hand before landing on a nearby branch and having a bit of a snack.
Progress. Once it finishes that, I'm going to kind of hold an arm out and hold another piece just behind the arm. Just showing that I am bring food. I am a friend.
Let's see. It seems very content to gnaw on the one piece. He came in right
just
when
cut
I said
out.
one piece, and nerded out a little bit there. Yeah, the way he's watching you, like eyeballing the other piece, but still just gnawing on the one, and is kind of content on the branch. Has definitely taken note, though.
I'm going to just kind of put this piece back away and just kind of keep an eye on it. If it approaches, I'll bring out the other piece, but like a cat, it should be a lesson in consent.
Can Kari sniff around to see if there's anything other than the ones around them that they can see?
Shit, yeah.
Yeah,
Roll my sniff-shepping.
roll perceptions or sniffceptions.
All of us, or just Kari?
I mean, if you wish to look around to try and like take in your surroundings, try and spot other creatures, see if other creatures have spotted you.
Yeah.
It is a 25.
It's a 15 from Chou.
Kari, with your sniffception, you pick up a variant of a similar, a familiar scent. And as you follow it, with some quite large eggs. Like it's not microraptor eggs. Like it's not small enough.
Yeah.
And it is on the ground. A night goober. Oh god. No, up. Don't kill me. Oh god. The chair is not stable enough for you to do that, child. So, I put papers on your bed. One of them needs your signature, and they both need to go in your backpack.
Gremlin, please do not kill our DM.
It
We very much like her.
was a slam and lean into hug. in a chair that is very easily tippable. I was like, no, I don't want to die. Yeah, Kari, the biggest egg. You can smell smells of like creatures that have been here and back a few times. Like their scent is heavy, but that's because they're here a lot, sort of thing. Chou, as far as your, what was it, 12?
15.
15. You're 15. As you're looking around, you do begin to spot like you do see dragonflies, but they're bigger than dragonflies you've seen before. There are, beetles and bugs and spiders. They're bigger than your average ones. Not like gigantic or anything, but just bigger than your standard. You do spot more of these little raptors around, and you begin to see other ones just darting about here and there. There's ones that are very slender and thin, though just like scaled. And they seem to be like darting around in little packs. Though they barely come up to like your knee, sort of thing. You all would notice, just with your passives, occasionally you do feel like the ground rumble a little bit, but that's with it's almost like a heavy stomp, like a step, and you feel like a few steps that make a slight rumble in the ground that you can feel. Close. Um Close enough. But not that you can really properly spot with all the trees and foliage and bushes. You would know from the previous checks what direction to go in to kind of find the water source that you can hear. Occasionally hear roars off in the distance. Um of varying chutzpahs, if you will. We can definitely tell they are from some different sized animals, and some quite large, and able to be that loud, but from definitely far away. It is a bit humid, though not overly uncomfortable. It was BS amongst yourselves. My mother is calling me. I will be back.
Kari, when she sees the nest, is immediately telling the others, guys, this is nesting ground.
How many eggs do you see?
I'm not sure, but I don't like it. There's
If it's a
really
nest,
strong smell of parents around.
then we need to back away very slowly.
Like
Alright,
they're here
but
often.
hear me out. Alright,
No,
this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
aye. And if it's anything like the swamp back home, then we don't want to tangle with Big Mama. Especially if this is a nesting ground, there's likely to be lots of them. This is unfamiliar territory, Tavish. Best play it safe and not think with your stomach.
I'm not thinking with my stomach, I'm thinking with my brain for once. If we're not going to take anything now, maybe we could loot back and take something. I mean, on the off chance that we can hatch one of these eggs, think of like the fame and fortune it would bring to have a hitherto unknown species up on the surface.
I
I'm not
think
saying we
I,
take one now, but like on the
Fame
way
and
out,
fortune are
mayhaps.
worth nothing to a dead man.
That's why I said on the way out, not right now. Don't piss off the parents on the way in. Piss them
I
off on the
think
way out.
I think being a mama has gotten to your head. Where are your pseudo dragons, by the way?
You know.
In my pockets.
Around.
Mom of the year, Tavish. Mom of the year.
I still say we should move around the nesting grounds, not go through it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. But like, on the way back, maybe, hit it up and like grab an egg or
Well,
two.
if you want to run that risk, go right on ahead.
I will
But
absolutely run that gauntlet.
I don't need to be faster than the mamas. I just need to be faster than you.
That's not hard. That's why I ride on the back of the horse, typically.
I don't know if Poppyseed would want you on the back, being chased by angry, whatever these things are.
I mean, they're only angry if they notice that the egg is stolen. If we do so in a way that's quiet enough, I'm sure we can make it done,
A larger, angrier version of me.
There's a lot of opportunities that could be had. That's all I'm saying. Take me up on the advice or don't. The choice is yours. But you know where my heart lies.
In stupidity.
I'm a big fan of nature. That's like, if we can bring a new kind of nature, I'm all for it.
See, I'm a fan of the nature where I survive. And I don't tempt nature.
Exactly why I'm taking the precautions and saying on the way out. No need to risk or tempt fate on the way in. We don't know what we're in for. Could get deeper into the forest and find out there's even bigger eggs that are the size of Poppyseed or something. And if that's the case, I say we get the fuck out of here. Because I'm not finding out where Mama is for that.
Well, you said there were ones that were big enough to eat the trees and stick out the top of trees. That sounds pretty fucking large to me.
Aye, but like, I mean, how many creatures do you know are eating the tops of trees and also happen to be eating folk?
More than
Don't you
I would
think?
like to admit.
Mm-hmm. I know you may also thinking that just because they eat plants don't mean they can't fucking step on us.
I mean, true, but like, you could give them a reason not to step on us, or just not give them a reason to step on us in the first place.
You seem
Maybe
to
they
be
would-
willing to give several reasons.
Maybe
It's
they
not
develop
their
a taste
eggs.
for. Maybe they develop a taste for frog.
I have heard it tastes like chicken. He
Mhm.
licks the beak with both tongues.
Tavish grabs the front of his loincloth. Just feel free to get to taste anytime you like, Turtle Boy.
Oh,
Please don't say that when you're on me.
You're slimy enough as is. It's fine.
Don't have any beer batter. Next time we're on the surface, though, I might have to go frog gigging.
I mean,
Part
I
of
have
me-
some Starkey. Is that the same? Would that work?
Not the same.
Uh,
Nice and roasted over a fire. I'm going to start eating some jerky myself. That makes
Gar makes himself hungry.
I'd be worried if I were you there, Tavish. By the sounds of it, he's eating some of your cousins.
No, I mean, like, frogs and I are distantly related. It's fine. And besides, I've eaten frog before.
We're not on about your sexual exploits here.
In both senses, I suppose. I've eaten frog before. Mr. On the Nose over
Oh,
there.
really?
What a time for Croven to come back.
It's survival of the fittest, you know? Like, if it happens, it happens. You eat a couple of tadpoles when you yourself are a tadpole. You eat a couple of frogs when you yourself are a bigger frog. It is as it do. And then, you know, mating season comes around, you eat a couple more frogs. It's fine. Springtime.
Isn't that every time with you being a frog?
Can we feed him to the big things?
Not if you want to live.
I can heal too, you know.
Can you bring them back from the dead?
No, because that's unnatural.
I don't mean like that. I mean actually resurrect someone.
Nah, too much work.
Yeah, I can. So maybe keeping me around might be a good fucking idea.
Yeah, we'll see. Time will tell. So far, you're like 0 for 1, Mr. Tootie.
I would have said I was doing quite well considering Mr. Barbarian lost to the healer.
I had to put out your fire. Don't get a big head about it.
You didn't have to put it out. Could have won the
I
fight
did
first.
if you wanted the others to have any chance of fighting.
Anyway, I got you some free money from that. Stop your moaning.
No.
All y'all's passive perception.
11.
15.
17.
That was a lot of numbers
17.
all at once.
17.
Jesus.
Oh, wait.
Damn, y'all.
I'm sorry. Garbage.
The wizard is the shit passive.
Too busy nosing book.
He's writing notes for us.
That's right.
He's our meal ticket.
Those of you with the higher passives see a little guy first. I mean, it's still big for a little guy. On all fours, with a bit of a crown and a couple horns. And yeah, a couple of them. They seem to be like romping around and playing a bit. Occasionally slamming into each other. But then you feel the slight uh and see the adult come into view.
Joe is looking at you like, oh.
Hmm.
Do if when they spot us, if they, you know what, Poppyseed's gonna try and hide. Fuck it.
I was
Not
gonna
even
say,
gonna.
how long has it been? More than 10 minutes?
Not even gonna wait. Let's just try and hide.
Roll your stealth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
uh, 6.
Yo, homie,
6.
I'm right there with you. That's a 5. Tavish didn't know we were hiding.
You try and hide, to no avail. Because one of the little ones just kind of runs right up to you and um play grumbles and kind of shakes its head in your direction.
Alright, so I could probably speak with this thing, but like, do we want to use all my magic on this, or take a couple of minutes and cast it?
How long would that take you? And do you think that the parents would be willing to wait for you?
I don't even know if I can cast this as a ritual spell.
What is it? Speak with animals?
Speak with
Yeah.
animals?
Yeah, that's a ritual.
Cool. Alright, yeah. That's gonna take 10 minutes then, or whatever the fuck.
As you um begin to cast, one of the other little one just full speed rams into the side of the one, and the other one just flops and legs flail everywhere as this little guy tries to get up, failing a few times before managing to actually get back up. And the parents are kind of just stood there watching. You would be able to tell, like, they've definitely noticed you guys as any form of a threat, um, due to your size, um, and the fact that you don't look like anything that is that they've seen before. So they are nonplussed by your existence and just continue their grazing sort of thing.
I imagine Poppyseed went to hide behind a tree, but he only did it for his
Like to
front
do.
half.
His ass is still sticking out.
Yeah.
Zeth. Yeah.
Seeing that they're munching on plants, seeing the plants that they're munching on, like the ferns and that, I'm gonna grab a handful of them and just slowly, hold them out, approaching one of the big ones. I want to have a good look at one of these fuckers.
Roll laminal
Don't fail
handling.
me now. Don't fail me now. That's a 17.
Not bad, not bad. As they're
I'm
eating,
not touching it. I'm just holding it out. I said I'm not
yeah,
touching it. Just holding it out for them to.
As they're eating, one of them does kind of take note, and it's just like, easy food, chomp, sort of vibes.
Uh-huh. I'm
You kind of,
studying it as best I
yeah,
can.
easy it can just snap through branches with its mouth if it wants to, sort of thing.
Yep.
You are also able to tell, with one of them closer, that this thing does have scars.
Mhm.
Like it has fought, it has protected, and has some. Which would only seem to prove that if this thing has battle scars,
Mhm.
that made that whatever did that must be
Big.
huge.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, these are friendly. I'm going to point out the scars to the others and be like, I think we need to be, I think we need to keep our eyes out for something big with big teeth because these things are being attacked by something else. It was big enough to attack these, and it's definitely going to be big enough to take us on.
Tavish will probably
Noted.
get stuck between his toes.
He's in the little casting spell. He can't respond. Just like squints in your direction as he's mumbling stuff to cast the spell.
Wow.
That poor dino, though. That poor creature, though, getting something slimy so stuck in their toes and unable to get it out. Just slowly dying of poison.
Poppyseed will start drawing sketches of the Triceratopses.
Mm-hmm. But, while I'm studying this thing, grabbing more
Gar,
more food for it.
as you're munching, because I think I had heard you mention pulling out snacks for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You do feel a bit of a weight. It's a lightweight, but a bit of a weight land on your shell, and you hear a bit of a trill as the little guy that you had fed earlier makes a couple mouth chompy movements towards your hand, like your food.
Going to just stick the piece that I've been eating in the other side of my mouth and reach into my bag and pull out another piece of jerky and offer it up to the snapping little burb.
It takes the sacrifice. Um and begins the chompening. Tavish,
Yo.
when you finish casting the spell, the Triceratops family, they're still like very nearby. Like they've meandered a little bit as they're grazing. But y'all have kind of stuck with them to analyze them anyways. What are you saying?
I'm just seeing what they're saying first. I'm reading the room.
You read in the room.
Yeah.
You it's a bit of a deer. What do you think these are? These are strange creatures. They don't look like anything we've seen before. And your darling, there's clearly nothing to be afraid of. I mean, the look at that one. A head gesture towards Poppyseed. Not a scale on that thing. How could it be dangerous?
Tavish has to stifle a snort of laughter.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. That's fine. Don't think these are gonna be any danger to us.
I will note down pleasantly non-hostile.
I mean, unless provoked, which is, the case for most folk.
Pleasantly non-hostile.
I think he's paying attention.
EDD.
But it's like tackle tag. Full contact tag.
Playing football.
They seem quite pleasant to be around, actually.
I mean, not eating us, that's a good sign.
You certainly right in that one.
I'd prefer to not be eaten again.
I think their babies can squish you though.
Just don't mess with the babies and we'll be fine.
Which one is it that I've been feeding, by the way, Croven?
You've been feeding the dad.
Well, Chou wouldn't know that, so with yet another of the handful of the easy food for him, I'm gonna try and reach out and just gently place my hand along the frill, just more like a pet come stroke of the frill, just to have a feel of it, see what it feels like.
Tavish, you hear from the curious. What if these are babies? as Chou is feeding, kind of giving him a pat, a gentle like shush. And the dad's like, "Oh, I didn't even think of that. What if they're lost? Wonder how they got down here. Do you think they have a pack? Do you think they run in a herd? I mean, ours isn't too far away. Should we herd them into our? They look very squishy. Should we herd them? Do we need to?" And the mom goes, I don't know. Do you think that would scare them? Do we just let them be? I mean, natural selection and all, dear. I mean, you did. He's, oh, you're right. You're right. He's, I don't know, but if they are babies, I would. Especially, I mean, with how many attacks there have been recently.
I think Tavish at that point is just gonna be like, leans forward on Poppyseed's saddle, just like, so what kind of attacks are we talking about here?
And he's saying that to them.
Yeah.
They both kind of take a few startled steps back. The rest of you, it sounds like dinosaur startled, like startled dinosaur noises.
Startling the
but-
rhinos of the dino world. Really?
To Tavish, it sounds like, good heavens, and oh, it talks.
It does indeed.
Small frog making large dino noises.
Just snorts.
Lost.
I mean, we're a little lost, but who isn't?
Do you need us to help you find your mummy and daddy?
I know where they are. Probably. Assume at home in the swamp somewhere.
Oh, you're closer to the water.
Tavish should turn back and just like whisper to the rest of the group, guys, they think we're from here.
Well, that's a good thing then. Hopefully they might, or if you're talking to them, they might be able to help us.
They think we're babies. What should I say?
If they think we're babies, they might protect us.
I mean, true, but like, where do we want to go? What should I ask?
To the center.
To the center. Okay. Tavish will turn back and be like, our collective parents are in the center, wherever the middlemost area is. That's where they said to meet up. Do you know where that is?
The grasslands.
Sure, yeah, that sounds right.
He goes, dear, I mean, that wouldn't be surprising. Out at the top grass, so I mean, if they don't, well, I mean, until they get bigger or the makes sense. It's just yes, dear, but he also mentioned the swamps. And that sounds like the watering hole, but that's not the center. That's a little off from the center. Maybe we could. Look, and then she goes, "How about you come with us? The herd is going to come close to the edge of the grasslands, but we're not going to be going into them because they have been a bit more dangerous as of recent. Uh, Maybe that's why they lost. Were you chased out of your home?
Yes.
You
We
might not want to go
were.
back right.
We could tag along with you. That's fine. I mean,
We are on our way to the watering hole.
Tavish look like this. Do you all want to go to the watering hole, or
If that's what they're saying, where the middle is, then seems like a
that's
sensible option.
close?
I mean, we don't exactly have a destination right now.
We're just exploring the hole.
They said grasslands are going to be the center, but there's been attacks and stuff going on in the grasslands, so maybe not go that way. But they did say that there's going to be some kind of herd that's going to the watering hole, so, safety in numbers.
Mhm.
They seem to think we're babies, so can bank on that.
Mm. I would still say when we're at the watering hole, don't trust the water. Yes, I know we are both from the swamps, however. That should make it even more apparent that there's big things in there.
Tavish will turn back and be like, all right, watering hole it is. We'll follow you.
There, it's a bit of a nod, and well then, this way, little ones. And if any of you get tired, since you don't quite look like you're built for walking as much as we are, do hop on.
How big are these things?
Massive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Big
was gonna say at
boys.
least large or huge.
yeah.
That's if Tavish tells us.
They said you could ride if you get tired.
Just look up at the size of the thing like, who the fuck am I going to get up there?
Climb, I suppose.
I'm just gonna walk alongside for now. I want to study their form more.
So you guys walk along with them. Um, There, okay. I was so confused by what you had typed.
I was typing something, and then sleepies hit, and then I just garbled it, and then I tried to fix it, and then my eye got filled with sweat, and I couldn't fix it fast enough.
Damn, you just got wombo comboed by life. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not
Take a
doing
break.
well tonight.
Your body disagreed with you existing right
Just
there. Holy
freaking
fuck.
Burgundy.
Everything hurts.
As you you notice that you guys end up with a larger group. And you are kind of herded into towards the center. There's quite a few adults around the outskirts. Everyone's kind of just slowly moving along, eating as they're going. The young ones from baby to young adult are the baby most. They have kind of nestled you in closer to the babies, because that's where they assume you belong. And after a while of some travel, it does get dark, and you notice that they begin to hunker down for sleep. You would see that some of them are and keeping an eye out, while the others get some sleep. You can see some arguments with some young ones that definitely don't think it's bedtime yet. Y'all, it just sounds like angry, deep of protest.
Well, it seems like we got built-in guard watch, so we could all get some rest.
Until they decide to leave us behind in the morning.
I mean, we were with the babies. They wouldn't do that. We're infants. What helpless little wee babs. They said you don't even have scales on you. You fuzzy fuck.
But if something happens in
What an insult.
Pats Poppyseed on the horse butt.
You can walk tomorrow.
I said that with all of the kindness in my heart I could muster.
Yeah, it looks like you were getting sick for that. Trying to be so nice.
I was being very nice. I complimented him earlier in the day.
You did. You said I was very handsome.
And I meant it.
Should I be concerned?
Only if
Probably.
you want to fuck me, I guess. I don't know.
You took that way out of context.
It's Tavish.
Chou is rubbing off on me.
Don't you go blaming me for that. That was all your own doing there.
Too much on the nose.
I put nothing on your nose.
I'm going to bed. He like rolls over on top of Poppyseed's saddle.
Poppyseed's gonna stay up for at least first watch. I don't know if anyone else is going to take a watch or if you feel comfortable with them watching, but I am at least going to stay up for a first watch.
Is anyone else going to take a watch, or is
Fine, I'll take middle
Poppyseed the only
watch.
one paranoid?
That's
Fine,
how
I'll
you owe
take
me.
middle watch, just in case.
I'll take the third.
Sounds like a plan. Um, Poppyseed, roll your perception.
Okay. 11.
Keep watch and look around. Nothing really significant happens. You watch as some of those that are awake graze. You see one kind of hunker down as a different one gets up. You can tell that there's no like exact pattern or rhyme or reason necessarily to which of them gets up when. It's just more there's a handful of them that are awake and a handful of them that are asleep at any given time. And they just kind of snooze and wake up as they want to. How do you wish to wake up, Chou?
Just with the simple mage hoof, just to nudge him.
What?
You said you were gonna take a middle watch.
Right, is it that time, is it? Right, okay. No worries. No worries. Oh. Pick himself up off from wherever he's got himself resting for sleep. You wanting to push Neppy off me as well, Croven?
Yes, please.
That's a 23.
23. As you're looking around, and of course Poppyseed himself, after waking you up, has gone to bed. It's much of the same. The it kind of just yes. The crickets are cricketier. And it's not unpleasant. It's just more. You do, however, notice towards the later later third of your watch. You've already been up a couple hours, but you've got like one more to go, sort of vibes. You noticed that there are more adults awake, and it is from the others nudging them, and they are all alert.
Right, I'm going to start giving people a nudge. Start with Kari and then the Tortles, then Tavish, and then Poppyseed last. Try and get him, let him get as much rest as possible in between. And I not saying something's going on, but all the adults seem to be getting up and seeming more alert than they were. Don't know if something's happening or not, because obviously I don't know these, but I think it'd be best if we were awake, just in case.
Ari stretches out and just like is using one of the smaller babies like a rock. So she's like on top of him and it just rolls off.
Squish the child.
No, if anything, they probably would have squished her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's basically like this. Hang on. Like this.
While we're waking up, Tavish will take the 10 minutes to cast another Speak with Animals. Figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, she's going to like try to gesture if she's able to get up to start looking around and sniffing for any danger. If they're looking around, she's gonna start like sniffing.
Perception.
Perception. That's a nat 20 for a 27.
Nice. You can definitely smell you can tell there was like a change in the direction of like the air, how the breeze is coming in, how a breeze is coming in down here. You're uncertain of that, but there is. And you can only think that whatever have them on alert. Like they must be able to smell it too.
She is going to be sharing it with the others. She's caught wind of it. She said, I don't like this.
Can you tell if it's a lot of things or if it's just one thing or?
A lot of one thing?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Would say with how unfamiliar you are, you wouldn't know the difference between one and many. Um, but I would say that you could you would have the guess of like either it's big or there's multiple. Um,
Well, I mean, it's big enough to make them all nervous.
and how
So,
they're sensed up, pick up for you sort of vibes.
yeah. So there is either a big one or there's a lot of them, but either way, it has them nervous, and that has me nervous.
Mm.
So, at the ready then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Weapons
just
out,
in
just in
case.
case.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
As you guys keep watch, you hear you begin to hear further out um rustling sounds, and um you begin to see and kind of feel, because then um you get a little crowded as the rustling gets closer. So to do the adults begin to like back up in formation. Um and kind of crowding the young ones kind of with you guys in the center. Um the more adultier adults facing outward, as you begin to see uh, um circling, almost as if they're trying to find a weak spot. You see three large heads. And it's first that you see the heads as they're kind of peeking out from the trees. But with the darkness of the night and the way they are being quiet and stealthy, you don't quite catch the whole bodies at first. Um, but then you're able to start catching glimpses, and you instantly are able to like once you get enough um viewpoints, if you will, from looking around and spotting them, that the pack, the herd um, is being circled by what is definitely predators. Um, these things have some hefty looking claws, pointy teeth for days. Um, and they are looking for a weak spot.
How far away are these things from us?
I
Um,
was just about to ask the same question.
I would. They're. I've got to do dinosaur math, size math. Um, okay. If they're about that long, and then you've got roughly that, and then yeah, roughly about 100 feet away.
Damn.
Nice.
The three of them, they're not grouped up. They are like a triangle, so to speak. Like they are circling and spaced out.
I can hit one of them from here. Do you think I should just throw some fire at it?
Could be a warning shot.
Hmm?
They haven't made an attack yet. Preemptive strike. I say do it.
Poppyseed will cast a second level scorching ray at one of them. So that'll be. Well, I mean, are they all 100 feet away? Like equal distance, sort of? Hello?
Oh, there you are. What was it?
Are they all like equal distance, 100 feet away, sort of deal?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll cast a second level scorching ray, splitting 3 beams to each of them.
Nice.
As a warning shot to all 3. So, first beam is a 21 to hit.
I am still trying to get the sheet to load. Hold on. You said it was 21 though,
21.
20 something?
Yeah, 21.
I'm pretty damn sure that hits. Yeah, that hits. You're good.
Okay. Then that one is going to take 8 points of fire damage to Dinosaur A. Second beam is another 21 to hit.
Alrighty.
That is 7 points of fire damage. And last beam, whoop, that did not make it in the box. 22 to hit, which will be a 9 points of fire damage.
Alrighty. You do that. Um, and gonna roll to see if they just fucking decide to. Oh, okay. things I would wanted would load properly. There we go. With the hits, you can tell that like they exchanged looks. More so because they were confused. Than anything. Like they were nonplussed. It was like, ooh, ouch. Like, oh no. Eek, that hurt sort of vibes.
Ooh, my
Like,
bones.
yeah. But it's more so what the fuck just came out of the center of them sort of like they don't do that. What is in there sort of vibes. Almost as if their curiosity is now piqued a little more.
Hmm.
Thanks, Poppy.
Tortles, you're
It's
up.
like, ooh, is this food plus?
This food is a little bit of spicy. It's a treat. Come closer, I dare you. I still have speak with animals activated. I'll shout at you, motherfuckers.
Oh, I want all three of them to get within 30 foot of me. They get within 30 foot of me, I have a chance of making all three of them pets.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
You will have to
Pardon?
squeeze your way through Triceratops. Um, you do watch as they begin to get closer. And the Triceratops circle, they begin to like, kind of that nervous step from one foot to the other sort of thing. A few of them kind of like shake their heads aggressively, towards these huge beasts, and and let's
Have these things come out of the trees now?
they're yeah they're you guys aren't necessarily fully out of trees yourselves either.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so you guys are in a slightly less packed, like less dense area. But they have come out of the more thicker tree line. As they have moved their circle closer, they're now more like 70 feet away versus the 100. There's about like 30 feet between them and the front of the Triceratops snoots.
If I was to get up there, would all three of them, or all three of
Distances
them,
between you guys in the center. from the center to the outer edge of the Triceratops is 40, and then from the Triceratops to these very much so Angie beasts. Angie, not so much.
Hangy.
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 Hangy going about at the same distance.
If I was, like I said, if I was to get to the front, would all three of these things be within 30 foot of me?
No. Because they're not all in one spot.
As I was asking, would all three of them be? How far? The closest one of the three
No.
things.
Is it breaking up?
You
Well,
are
no, because
cutting in and out.
they're all the same distance out.
Mhm.
So if you move to the front of one side of this circle, it's
Mhm.
going to make whatever the other ones farther away.
Having a quick
But
look at
when
these. Having a quick look at these, can I tell which one is like the head one, the lead one?
roll insight.
That's a 22. Hello?
Nothing.
Oh, that was a 22.
A 22? Okay. You can definitely tell that two are. It's almost like two are teaching the one sort of thing. One of them looks a little younger than the other two, but neither of the other two are necessarily above the other. They're clearly very much so working together.
Mhm. And then I'm just going to pick one of the two that are the more senior, as it were. And he is getting a second level guiding bolt right on the snoot. That is a 23 to hit.
You do indeed do a snoot boop with the
Mhm.
guiding bolt.
This is going to be a painful snoot boop. "19 points of damage. 19 points of radiant, sorry.
You do that, and the one that gets the snoot boop, it takes like a few steps back. Kind of shaking its head a bit, and definitely like looks up, almost as if like where like the fuck the sky has hurt me sort of vibes.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else want to do anything?
Blast him.
Um,
Kapow.
Cubana Kapow. It is with that blast. Um, and kind of shaking its snoot. There are snarls and the fuck it meter has been switched and they charge. Roll initiative.
No.
23.
6.
The duality.
Right.
17.
22.
What? I heard blast and dice.
Nat 1.
Initiative.
Holy
Oh.
fuck, Joe.
No.
Cleric's initiative.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear 17 from Gar?
Yes.
Okay. Tavish, what was yours again?
17.
Oh, you also got 17.
What's your
Yo.
dex?
+3.
I got +4.
Hey.
What is yours, Gar?
18, so I have a +4 for dex.
Okay. So, do, do, do. Okay, so we've got Kari there. Uh, wrong way. Tavish. Then that one. Then then Chou, and then they go in there and there. Okay. Gaddradison, now that I have all of that in order. You go first.
I'm popping the one that's lit up.
Mm-hmm.
Whip out my
With,
rifle and
With guiding
kapow.
with guiding bolt, I believe
You
it's
get
with
advantage.
advantage.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Indubitably.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose there is one good thing about me going last is whoever I light up means the next Gad's going to get a bloody advantage shot on him.
That's a 22.
22 hits.
Yeet. Um, Well, 13 points of damage on that one.
13. Alrighty.
I'm whipping out a pistol. And I'm gonna do that again. Gonna use a grip
There's
point.
a picture of the beastie. Scaled.
Oh,
Scaly
nice.
dino beastie that y'all are fighting.
It's just the
Oh, lovely.
Indominus. It's just the Indominus Rex. It's fine.
Yeah, big chungus. It's fine.
Doing a dead
Big
eye shot.
chungus.
I mean,
A
there's
family of
three
big
of them,
chungus.
right? It's
Yep.
fine.
3
A mommy,
Indominus Rex.
a mommy, a daddy, and their child,
Let's
who
commit
is also an
genocide.
adult.
I don't know if this would classify as genocide. There's not enough of them.
It's a 24 to hit with the pistol.
That does indeed hit.
Ooh, almost max. 13 points of damage. And then to weapon fighting, I'm gonna do it again. Do another grip point.
What was the damage?
13.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna do it again. That's a 25 to hit. So that'll be 10 points of damage.
10. Alrighty.
That's all I can do.
Alrighty. Next would be Kari.
How far away would one be from her?
They are 70 feet away currently.
Um, so she is going to head out to the one closest to her, the one that are 70 feet. Head out 40 feet, and then she's going to need for it to do a con save as she kind of does her roar, and she has this cone of poison coming out from her. Dragon breath.
You
Oh,
hello.
hello, hello.
There we go. You were doing that cone from.
Like she's going out 40 feet towards it, and then spitting, or I guess, doing dragon's breath, a cone towards that one.
You're moving. You're moving forward 40 feet and then doing the breath.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are able, I mean, because of your size, to kind of work your way underneath the Triceratops to get to the front of the line. To wait and heckin' hurl on one of these
Yep.
Indominus Rexes. Can't remember what I had you do for those.
Con saves.
Con save, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Do. Oh, well. What did I add? That's a +5. That is only a 12.
No, and that is 24 poison damage.
Were you going towards the one they've been like wailing on already, or were you going towards the front of of the group towards a different one?
She's gonna go towards a different
I think for some reason it keeps cutting out in the worst times.
Yep, I think so too.
Discord has decided to get fucky.
Lovely.
Kari, are you puking on the one that's already been damaged a lot?
No, one of the other ones.
One of the other ones? Older or younger?
Let's go towards the younger one. Why not?
Okay. And then how much damage was it again?
I'll give 24.
24. Okay. I think it was 20 something. Okay. Any bonus actiony thingies?
She is going to roar out basically the way the whole raptor thing does, and she is going to shift into lycanthrope.
Beautiful. Uh,
Carnivore versus carnivore.
It is the one you threw up on's turn. I've got two things I need to roll. One to see if it is able to actually what it do. Let's see. You hear this thing roar. It lets out a roar after getting puked on. And you see one of the herd bolt. Feel as if you had been the target of this, you would be shaken to your core with fear. But there are a couple others that kind of take a step back but hold their ground. Um, and you watch as this creature, this huge, this huge beast, this Rex, do, 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 do. Lashes out with claw and mouth to try and grab at the one that is breaking rank because of its fear. As this thing, I rolled to see if it would want big food or small food, and it wants big food. You see as it lands this chomp, and Triceratops that's trying to bolt, causing it to stumble a bit and not go any further. Gar, it is your turn.
So it took a chomp at one of the little Triceratops, correct?
One of the adults from its roar attack the roar effect
Adult.
did not make the cut. So it has a chomp and onto the adult that was bolting. The other two are one's lit up still, and would have advantage on the attacks for that one. The other one has not been messed with.
Those two further back ones, are they within 5 feet of each other?
No. And they're kind of like what Poppyseed posted earlier. They are like in a triangle.
Gotcha. I see. Well, the one that's all lit up, I'm gonna shoot it with my hunting rifle. I will call sharpshooter.
I forgot about sharpshooter.
Dude, it's so fucking useful. That is a 16 to hit.
A 16, you said?
Yes.
That just makes it.
Ooh. Okay. Thank God for advantage. That's going to be 16 points of damage. Piercing and magical, if that at all matters.
Garbage. Hey, what was that? The hubby asked me a question.
And then, as my bonus action, I'm going to grab that empty hilt and I'm going to create a Eldritch Cannon of Force Ballista. So I can hit it from a further distance. I will. And that when I create it, I need to make a ranged spell attack. Originating from it. What the fuck is my spell attack? I don't know what my. Oh, there we are. Plus that. And I'm doing the same one, attacking the same one, so still have advantage.
Yeah.
That is another 16. Thank God for the advantage, because I rolled a nat 1 for the first one.
Ooh.
Which means I need to roll 2d8, and it is going to be pushed 10 foot back as well. And I rolled minimum, so it's going to take 2 points of force damage.
Okay.
That is all I can do.
As a non-gridded kind of shitty example, but and then was that all from you,
That's
Gar?
all.
Again,
That's
just
all,
to double
folks.
check.
I don't have
Alrighty.
extra attack yet.
Tavish.
Yeah.
Yo.
Frog would like to bonus action rage, and then regular action. It's going to throw a javelin. I would
How
like to
far can
yeet it
those
at
be
which.
thrown?
It says bum 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 bum.
I genuinely
30 to
can't remember.
120 feet.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So, bonus action will rage, and then I'm going to yeet a javelin at whichever one looks the most fuckied. And that's going to be I can count, that's 21 to hit.
That does indeed hit.
Cool.
Just pick at it.
Before Tavish yucks the javelin, can he slime it up with his goo? Croven is dead.
He uses it as a back scratcher before he throws it.
No, I was
Rubs it
debating.
between his armpits.
I would say you could if you didn't rage. I would say that would be like a bonus action sort of a thing. Should like
It does say you can
jumping
apply
it
your
up.
poison to any piercing weapon as part of an attack. That's
Oh,
specifically
it
something it
does?
says. Yeah, Grung poison.
Okay,
You
then
can
never
also
mind.
apply your poison. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, no,
I'm
since
gonna
it specifies that, then you're good.
poison javelin. It needs to make a con save.
That's just insult to injury at this point. Just rubbing it
Fuck
in
it.
your armpit and throwing it.
Yeah, I rub it with some armpit juice and then yeet it at this bitch. Stab it.
It's like basically a fuck you.
Fuck you.
Con
Piss off.
Save. That's a 21.
That will save. Okay. So I don't think it's going to take the poison damage, but it's still going to get stabbed, which is fun.
You say fuck you, it laughs.
Yeah, well, it can laugh, but I rolled max damage, and with the new subclass, I get to add rage damage to that thrown attack. So that's going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
There's
And
less
that'll
laughter.
be me.
What was that? You said 17?
13 points.
13.
Yeah, because it passed the poison save, and that'll be me.
Okay. It is. You watch as all this one kind of swift movement. A couple of the herd break into a run towards the Indominus Rexes, as some of the others kind of take a couple steps in, so there's still no big gaps to the center, despite a couple of them going out full speed to ramming speed these adults. And and um let's do. One of them happens to make purchase, the other one does not. They kind of missed their aim and just ran straight past. Yeah, it's hard to judge things when you're running with your head down, you know? With that, um, you, let's see. No, because she just got rammed, so she is gonna attack the one that she fucked. There's the rammed. And then you guys see as Glowy Indominus Rex um get closer and tries to chomp at some of the herd in the ranks. Not really making any purchase because he's trying to like avoid the horns. With her. Um, Leading to Poppy's turn.
I am going to so these things are 70 feet away from us, right?
You have one that's now 40.
Is there one that hasn't been hit yet? I think.
I mean, since um since I had you roll for initiative, yeah, you guys. Um,
All right.
the dad is the
You broke up so bad for me right there.
Oh
Yep.
no! I said the mom's the one that hasn't taken any hits. The dad's the one that's lit up like a Christmas tree, and the kid is the one that Kari barfed on.
All right.
You made me nervous.
Let's throw a 4th level chromatic orb at the mom. I'll make this
It's a
lightning.
good spell.
I'll make this lightning damage. Yeah, that's why I picked it up. Chromatic orb, don't fail me now. That is a 23.
That hits.
And that is a lot of dice. Oh, that is 68. I need to add more d6s and d8s to my dice box.
You gotta buy more dice.
I know.
What a shame.
Oh no.
You must be so heartbroken.
Shall notice.
That is a total of, as I'm doing math here, 33 lightning damage.
Nice.
I don't believe I can do anything else, so that's it.
I'll add a green circle to the one that was barfed on. So you guys have a Chou, you're up. Chou.
Chou!
Is he dead? He died. Panda's
He's
dead.
dead.
Or
Chou
I've
died.
disconnected again. Chou died.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh!
Daddy, chill.
I was talking and it just wasn't lighting up, wasn't picking up my voice for some reason.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah.
hey, Cho got chomped.
So I was asking, no one's been hurt, have they?
No,
Uh-oh.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Nope.
Well,
Maybe some
Alright, then.
triceratopsies.
Yeah, I can sort that out in a minute. Mum's the one that's taken the least amount of damage, you said, wasn't it?
yes.
Baby's taken some. How bad's Dad looking?
Dad's taking quite a bit. He's not looking any slowed down by it yet, but he's definitely taken some nasty hits.
Well, he's about to take another nasty hit because he's about to get a 4th level guiding bolt in his face. And that is a natural 20.
Tell me how you really feel.
I love
I
that
love
answer.
you.
That was
Okay,
perfect
no.
timing, then, Proven. I rolled to
Did my
hit.
you rolled the hit? What'd you
I,
get?
I rolled a nat 20 to hit. And literally, as soon as I
Nice.
As soon as I said that, you turn around and in the distance to whoever you were speaking to went, "Tell me how you really feel." So
Beautiful, beautiful.
it's max damage and then roll again on top, isn't it?
And then roll, yeah.
That's 62 points of damage.
You said 62?
Yep.
Nice.
A blam, motherfucker.
Yeah, Chou, show him how you really feel.
Fuck you! Hey, you get the fuck away from my friends. I like these ones. Fuck off.
He wants to know what dinosaur meat tastes like.
Yeah. Oh, and he's lit up like a Christmas tree again.
Beautiful. Any bonus actiony thingies?
I can't bonus. I've got spells that are bonus action, but I can't cast 2 spells in a round, can I? Unless the other one's a cantrip, isn't it?
Correct.
That is the standard by the book rules.
Mhm.
One of my bigger mottos is if you want to blow through all your damn spell slots, if it says it's a bonus action, I don't mind, because it's just spell slots, you still run out of your spell slots.
Mhm. All my bonus actions are heals.
Oh, well, they're all fine on.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody did done get hurt yet.
Mm. Give me 2
Um,
seconds.
if that is all,
Yep, that's it. Just double checking. Yeah,
I
that's it.
think since we would go to the top of the round, I think that would be a perfect place to stop. It's a few minutes early, but that's fine. But that way, next session, we can start at the top of the round.
Yeah.
And continue the Indominus Tricera.
And there goes Croven again.
Dead.
I have potatoed.
Nice.
Perfect way to come.
Of course, that goes through just fine.
Yeah, in perfect clarity. Burp.
Perfect clarity.
Yep.
Okay. We'll pick up next time at the
Oh,
top.
I guess we.
Am I potatoing every time I say something fucking important?
Pretty much.
Yep.
Basically, yeah.
Yep.
You've been potato in most of the night.
Some nights are worse than others. I still haven't figured it out. And it's only with Discord.
Well, in Croven fashion, get it. Stream.
I
Got a full word out there at the end. Wow.